Hey YouTube, how's it going? Matt is back in 2022. It's been crazy the last year or so. Had some delays on parts that I had ordered for the truck. However, kind of switched gears this year and regrouped on a couple of projects. You will actually hear about the larger project soon. I'm still getting some video captured and I'll get that online. But for now, I wanted to go over something that I took a shot on. I was contacted by a company called Lasfit. They sell truck parts and other accessories, and was contacted by them if I'd be willing to do a little review or install video on one of their new products for the JL and JT. As you know, I got the Gladiator, that's Gladys. But yeah, so this is a stealth auto theft locking hood lock. Basically for the truck, it's automatic and it ties into your key fob. So on door lock, it kind of prevents that center latch underneath your hood from being moved, and an unlock of your key fob will allow it to unlock. So yeah, they sent it to me. Let me just show you guys. Excuse me. Nice packaging. And let's open it up. I'll edit out all the bad stuff, but yeah, there's a bunch of wires, connectors. There's some wiring you got to tap into behind the glove box. There's a pump that controls the signal to the unit in order to move and advance the hitch lock, which is underneath here. I'll bring this out one at a time, obviously, when I'm doing it, but these are the lines that are connected. And yeah, I don't know, I thought just I'm gonna give it a shot today, install it, and do a quick review. And if you're interested, Lasfit also gave me a promotional code for my subscribers, and well, any of you who watch this channel. I would like you to subscribe along the way. I appreciate that. But yeah, we're going to install this, and I will post the discount code. I'll do it here, and then I'll do it at the end of the video and also in the video description. On your way to getting, I think it's a 15% off code on this lock. So let's go ahead and install it and see how easy it is and give it a test drive. All right guys, so the first thing I noticed after I emptied the box was no instructions. However, I did look on their website and the instructions here are actually pretty good. So it's just something I wanted to point out while I'm going ahead and doing the install. So I'm going to get busy and set up the camera and the tripod, and we'll go from there. Looks like we have to remove the grill first. So I'm going to get that all set up and we'll go from there. Okay guys, grill is off. I didn't want to bore you with that one. Anyone with a Jeep knows it's just the 6 tabs right here, 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 and here, 6 times, and then you just lift up and pull out. So got that situated in the garage. Coming back to the instructions, it looks like we are, yeah, did that. Okay, we got these 2 Torx T30 screws. to install the lock module. So I'm going to go and grab a wrench, and we're going to do that. I'm going to try to set you up closer to the truck, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. All right, so the next step is pretty simple. It's a T30. These two screws need to come out, so I'm going to just do that by hand.
I'll speed this up once I get into the editing booth.
All right, now we just have to put the locking mechanism inside behind these. So we're gonna go like this. And sneak this in. And then we just reuse the screws that come with the truck.
So let me throw those back in.
All right, guys, showing you a little closer. Next step is to attach these air hoses. They're just plastic, not very pliable, so kind of a rigid plastic. And we have a black and a white to do. I am finished with this one, but I just wanted to show you basically how to do it. There's just this nut that you got to screw off. Oops, I'm sorry. Jam the plastic tube on, feed it through, and then go ahead and tighten it with a wrench. So let me do that on this side, and then we'll take the next step. Okay, so the next step, all I did was secured that other one, as you saw. Go ahead and routed them along this bar, and then they want you to feed it underneath the bottom of the headlight. So I got the hose tubes ran up inside the engine compartment. So it's gonna. So far so good, looks good, I guess, and then I'm going to just move on to the next step. So let me check the instructions and come back. Okay guys, next up is we want to route the hoses along here and then feed them through the firewall hole right there. Previously I didn't have anything through there, so I actually just pulled the tab, and I'll just punch a hole in this, feed the wire through, the hoses through, and then slap it back in. And then we need to go to the inside of the truck. So let me do that now. All right guys, so threw a zip tie on here, drilled a hole in the firewall cap, fed those through, and then use the panel tool, pop this off, and I got some wires or tubes, so that's good. I will move on. Stay tuned. Okay, so next up they provide this, I guess that'd be like a bolt backer. That's the name I'm gonna go with, and it had some 3M tape on the back, and they just want you to feed it behind here and center it up with a provided bolt that they gave you. It's gonna mount to this bar, obviously. So let me just do that quick. Okay, so that's done. Next up, they want you to loosen this guy, but not pull it all the way out, just loosen it. One thing that I noticed, instructions say, sorry for the glare, use an 8mm wrench. That's not 8, that is 10. So I'm just going to loosen that and we'll come back and mount the next part. Okay, next up is mounting the control unit to the mounting bracket. And they just provided a 2 small screws, sorry, here, with washer and then just a nut on the back. And honestly, I just hand tightened these. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. If it does, I'll tighten it down. But next, looks like we unscrew that bolt that we threaded in with that backer nut, and then we wrap this around the bar and tighten it as such. So let me go ahead. All right, guys, I want to apologize to Lasfit, and their directions were correct earlier. It wasn't unloosening this bolt, it was this one that's holding on this bracket. This is 8mm, so my apologies. I'm going to continue on. All right, guys, so there's always parts of a job like this that are tougher than others, and it's just kind of lack of space and kind of the design of this bracket a little bit. So remember I said that that bolt down here was an 8mm, so you loosen that, and what you do is you shove up the other end of this bracket underneath, and then you actually have to install this switch. As you can see, it's got a button on it right there. Problem is that nut, once you have that back, or that box there, is almost fully enclosed, so it's almost impossible to get a wrench behind there to tighten it back up. Luckily I had just a tiny little 8mm, and that got me most of the way, but it was actually turning the box to where it wasn't orientated straight down as much. See how it is a little loose there, but you can't get a wrench in there. So it's not gonna move, and I don't think it's gonna rattle, so I'm gonna leave it. What I did is I tightened it and then backed off a little and just kind of pushed it back to orientate it properly. But well, I guess that's the only little piece right now. It's kind of a dog to get your hand back there with a way to tighten that bolt down. So, but it's in. Okay, moving on. So another part that came along with the kit is this harness, right? So it's got 3 tails. One going out here that's not plugged in yet. This guy, which I'll come back to, and then there's one that you actually 4 legs. No, 3, yeah. And then this one is fed all the way through to the other side, and I'll hit that one up in a second too. So the first thing you do is you plug in this fused guy right here, and move my hands, into the actual controller box. So it's just that white clip there. Next thing you do is you grab this guy, and this plugs into your OBD2 plug. So that's secure there. Finally, route this other guy, and I just fished it to the other side, and I'll come around and show you. Okay, that other one is fished underneath here. I tucked it in already, but through behind your glove box, you have to remove it. And then that's the CAN B, so it just plugs into any one of the available CAN B ports. So that is done as well. So I am getting closer, I think. Let me move on and see what's next. Okay, so I got to a part in the instructions that were not in there for some reason, but I just kind of deduced what happened. So this is a switch, right? It's an emergency switch, and we're gonna wire up that next. Or not wire it up, we're gonna it's basically showing you how to use it. But there's a cable in here connected to the back of the switch. And I'm like, how does that switch get power? So that extra wire that came off that three-way branch of the harness connected to that. So I just spliced those together. Just kind of tucked everything in, and I'm soon to test this thing. All right, guys, so this did come with a, they call it the emergency power cable. It's just a cigarette lighter and the connector on the end. Basically what you do is you pop that dash panel off again, and on that controller box there's a plug right there, and then you plug the cigarette lighter in, and then there's just, it gives you instructions on like how to actually do the manual. I won't go through that, but that's pretty cool. All right, let me set this up and see if I can get this to work. All right, guys, so everything's buttoned up. We're gonna look through here, and I got my key fob. So if I do lock, see that stopper that basically comes over. Now I'm gonna hit unlock, and it slides back over. So let me close the hood. All right, to simulate that I have the hood latches, actually, why don't I just put the hood latches on? Bear with me. All right, so they're on. I just don't know if I can get the camera in there to see. Okay, so right now I'm gonna simulate it being locked. Right now it's unlocked, so I can get in the car. Fine. Now let me lock it. Checking the doors. Locked. So then I should not be able to open this. So let's take those off. And you're right, I'm trying to push the lock over and it's not going. So it's latched in there really well. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. All right, so it's functioning. All right, guys, install is done. Everything checked out pretty good. Works fine, works as it was intended to. One thing I noticed, and turn on your hearing aids, but when I lock or unlock from inside, so that controller motor is actually somewhat loud. It's like a super mini compressor, but what are you gonna do? It's just like for a couple seconds. So I'll lock it again to see if you can hear it. Oh well, not too bad. I like it. I'm gonna add again all the information in the link in the description, and I will give you all the information to get a discount on this. Lasfit was gracious to give a 15% off deal on this product, and they're trying to promote this item right now, but use that discount code and it actually helped me out on the channel. 15% off is actually not bad at all. The install was great. The only thing that I noticed was that one instruction was missing to connect those two clips together. Again, I messed up on the one bolt, but I corrected that, and sorry for that Lasfit, but that worked out great. Unless I just missed it in the online documentation to plug that in. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. So that's it. So yeah, check the link, and maybe I'll throw a banner right about now that gives you the coupon code. It's actually Life Mattified, and use it and you get a discount on the product, and it'll help out the channel. So it's been forever, guys, and I'm so glad to be back making a couple videos. It's finally warm out, and I got a couple more plans for the Jeep, but stay tuned. I got a huge new series that I'm going to tackle on the channel. It is Jeep Gladiator related, but I'm not going to give it away. So you'll be surprised. So again, thanks for stopping. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Get some more subscribers this year, I'm hoping. And I'm going to try to be back on more frequently. It's been probably 6 months since I've been on, but winter up here is not fun. So I'm back. I'll stop rambling on, and thanks for stopping by, and please like this video as well. Take care. Bye.